timetable on Jordan? Is it safe to say to rule out 12? Or?
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. Typically it's 5 to 6 months for a guy to get cleared medically, and then it's a matter of what they can do physically. They're out of harm's way from a medical standpoint, and then they've got to try to regain their, get back to old form. But he was doing well, and that probably puts us around the start of September. I would anticipate when he gets cleared somewhere in that ballpark, give or take a couple weeks. That's just a matter of how quickly you get back. But we won't go into it with a set plan. We'll just see how it goes and see how he's doing. What's most important is his welfare.
Does everybody just move up? Damon move up?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We don't have a lot of options right now, so it's a pretty clean group out there. You've got Damon out there, and the DeAndre, and then certainly we've got the new guy out there too. So Andre's been working there and picking things up, and kind of did a double take whatever day that was when Jordan got hurt. I guess it was Thursday. But anyway, those guys are doing good. I thought they improved on Saturday.
This is obviously, I think the true freshmen were going to play. Now I think they're definitely going to play. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think we're in a position, basically, going back, 2 weeks ago, we really didn't have anybody proven work, experienced at that position. So we'll give everybody an opportunity now. Now we're, one man down, so more so than 2 weeks ago. So it just opens up opportunity for other players. A little bit. He's got things to say about, just ideas to share and what have you. Dave's really doing a nice job, and we expected that too. Dan Clark did the same thing a couple of years ago, and Dan had been with us for a couple of years. Another outstanding coach in my mind, and I think Dave has a lot of those attributes too. So Brian's helping out. Certainly Greg's helping out, but Dave's doing a really nice job with those guys. Sometimes we know in September.
Yeah.
things drag. A little bit of bureaucracy and procedures to work through. But as far as we know right now, everything's in good shape, and hopefully no excitement there.
Would you discourage that?
No. We've had a lot of guys playing that game, and I think it's a great experience. I've had two sons play in it, and I think it's just a fantastic opportunity. As a parent, it's a wonderful thing. And I'm going back to the time in the 80s. Every young guy we've ever had in our program that's played in that just had a great experience. And a lot of those guys have gone on and had great careers here too. So I think there's just so many good things about it, outside of the football aspect even.
Last year he got his feet wet as a redshirt freshman playing first time. Every game was new. Now you can see that experience pay off right now. First couple of practices so far, you see him looking like a veteran receiver and doing things that a guy who with that kind of experience has shown. So he's doing a good job so far this spring. Well, I feel that it's still young. And a lot of guys don't have a lot of game. When I say young, meaning game experience. Right now, if you look on our roster, who has game experience besides Cavante and Keenan, next guy in mind is Steve Staggs, who's played a little bit in the game, but he only played a few snaps. Don Shumpert has played some, but like I said, only a few snaps. And I think Jordan Cotton has played maybe a couple of snaps last season. So it's not many guys with a lot of game experience. So that's why the depth is like I said, it's open for grabs right now. Well, I think he's a veteran guy. We expect more out of him this year than we have in the past because now he is the most experienced guy. He's coming, he's practicing. At the same time, again, learning the new system, it slows you down a little bit. So we're all right now at the beginning stage. Jacob is coming along. He said, new system. Last year he learned something, and now he's starting off as a freshman all over again. I think he's growing and developing, and like I said, I'm waiting to see by the end of spring how those guys really come on. And once they learn the system, and right now we're still in a learning stage right now, and he's still learning as a receiver because he is a freshman. It's his first spring. He don't know what it's all about, and then again the competition level of competing every day. Now he's on the focus. He's not on the scout team anymore. He's on a team where he's being looked at in those situations. Well, I hope so. I mean, we recruited 3
Mhm.
kids that have an opportunity to come in and play, compete for the position. We're gonna find out once they get here who's gonna emerge as a guy that we really could play and depend on. That's one thing about a young kid. You know, a lot of guys can run and catch the football, but like again, he said the technical part of it. You know, reading defensive, because you know this level, defensive coaches are pretty smart. So. You know, reading defensive, reacting, and also had the physical strength to compete at this level, and all that last. So we wait and see. But I think I'm prepared for a freshman to come in and be able to help us.
I am absolutely loving it. I am enjoying it. What a great opportunity Coach Ferentz has provided. Really enjoy. You miss the guys you've worked with, obviously, but you know they're still out there. You can still have the relationships, but this is just a great group of young guys to work with. In addition to that, you know, you're on the other side of the ball. You're working with a new staff. Really been fun being in the room with Phil Parker, you know, Daryl Wilson, you know, and LeVar Woods, and Eric Johnson is helping as well. So it's a great group of guys. We're off to a good start. We're not ready to play a game. You know, we're young, and I'm sure we'll have a few questions that will address that. But I think a guy that, to me, is really bought into it and is really trying hard. He's kind of been on the scout team a lot. Is Louis Trinket-Passad. I think Louis kind of done some good things. Steve Big X, kind of the leader of the group. Steve's actually been on the field and played. He's really respected by the players because of his knowledge and because he's such a hard worker. And he you know, he cares about the other guys. He's trying to help them out a little bit. You know, from the young standpoint, I tell you what, you know, Darian Cooper I think is going to be an excellent player. You know, he's got some natural tools, but he's very raw, very young. Learning the system, you know, just like his attitude. You know, Riley McMinn's another guy that really has, you know, I think he's got a big upside, but Riley is very raw, you know, not there physically. He's a 240-some pound, you know, freshman, you know, going against a, you know, a guy that's a little older and bigger than him. You know, and you know, Mike Hardy's a guy, I think we've been pleased with his progress. I'll tell you, Bud Spears, Melvin Spears, you know, he's gotten better each and every day, and you know, he's a guy you feel pretty good about. So we've got a group of guys that nobody knows about or anything else, but I'm excited to work with them. It's tough at that position. I think either line position, you know, it's hard to do because of the physical nature. Certainly, those two young men would have physical ability to do that possibly. You know, it remains to be seen. It really does. We'll have to see how things go in August. You know, if they happen to be here training in the summer, how they progress. You know, and it's a combination. It's the physical part, the mental part, and then the toughness part. You know, because football's a tough game, and thank goodness, you know, not always the most talented guys are the guys that play. It's the guys that are the most productive. You know, example Tom Nardo last year. You know, who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the next Tom Nardo? Who's going to be the next Carl Klug? That's the challenge we have for these guys.